focused a lot of energy looking at being victims, actually, looking at all the colonial structural issues that stopped Africa from becoming what it should have become. And I think my generation suffered from understanding our role. So the mindset at that time was not one that would help us transform the continent. And I became, with some of my friends, a bit rebellious in terms of rejecting this notion that as Africans, we needed help. How do we begin to change the mindset that allowed us to become participants in keeping Africa impoverished? Africa is in a very, I think it has the advantage of learning from the mistakes and successes of others. And I don't think it should be limited to any particular region. I think it needs to look across the globe. Today, including in Uganda, governments and national stakeholders are talking about national development plans, a very important shift. And those national development plans are emphasizing wealth creation, job creation, transformation. People in government and in leadership are now have greater confidence in their own ability to develop the country. So perhaps for a country like Uganda, the first place to start is in building citizenship. How many Ugandan young people think about their country? You know, the big thing, not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. You could have a populace that sees its government as the answer to everything, and therefore expect that all things should be done by government. And governments need to resist that, even in political terms, to say we need a population that see that they have a role in creating their own development. One of the criteria that's used for investment decisions by big investors is the size of your middle class. If you take the African development statistics that rates middle class as those who can spend between $2 and $20, it means we have a middle class in sub-Saharan Africa of about 370 million. And that number will continue to grow. And that is making investors all over the world say, wow, this is a continent that we need to pay attention to. Give it another 5, 10, 15 years. Everybody is going to be here. This is your future. We first need to wake up, sensitize youth to understand that they have a role in elections. They have a role in governance systems, in creating institutions of governance that work for equality. And you cannot begin to blame the government that you have if you have not participated in creating that government. There is something that young people share in common today, this generation, and that is a real thirst for justice, a real hunger for engaging in a way that is fair and that contributes to the welfare of all. The decision that's going to be taken in September is that we, as a world family, must end poverty, and we must transform lives, all lives, leaving no one behind. And in doing that, we must protect our planet.